Hello, good morning, good morning. Good morning, welcome back. We're already starting to see gold kind of come down here a bit. I was hoping for a buy. So see, it looks like I just gotta sit on my hands a little longer. We might actually end up even taking a sell. That's if price just continues to come down, bearish. But for right now, I'm still like, anticipating maybe we can still get a buy as the daily candlestick here flips back bullish, because, we're still predominantly bullish over here in the market. Yeah, we're definitely still bullish. So we might even see like 4,000 here soon. You see, pretty close to that 4,000 psychological mark on gold. You already took a sell? Yeah, I already had one sell this morning. Really nice range that we got filled over here. Also, all-time highs. I saw some people took the sell idea too. This would have been a nice one up here. We got like nice little reversal play of that 1 minute accumulation. But yeah, I wasn't on the chart during this time. I was on the chart. I missed that trade. I noticed like even yesterday I missed a trade by like 6 minutes. Today I missed this trade by like maybe like 10 minutes, something like that. There's been a trade that's happening at this time quite early. It's like, okay, if price is breaking below support, we're all-time highs, we got reversal confirmation signal. This like a short, long squeeze, squeezing out the buyers over here at the ATH. Low volume, candlestick broke, closed below support, rebroke the previous lows, and we had so much room again for price to come down towards like that next support area over there. So it's a pretty good idea that take a sell. But right now, I'm kind of like monitoring gold. I think gold can start moving up anytime, so you just got to be a bit patient here. If it starts to move down, then we're just going to wait for it to come down like heavy. And if it comes down heavy, then we're going to say like, okay, so there's a probability then the London session is just going to trade bearish and no longer bullish. Because the daily is bearish now. We're down 0.13. Oh, yeah, you got the one from the top. Nice one, nice one. Morning, good morning. Yeah, like a trade like that, a trade like the one from the top over here, this has such a potential for a big push. Because if you look at where you're taking this trade, it's at the all-time highs and you're getting reversal confirmations. So you have such a strong potential for a big push. Pretty decent move over here. Just completely nutted. Oh, nice. Even stops were pretty decent above resistance. Right over here, about 15.8 pips. Or maybe even above here. I still think that's okay. Pretty good. And price just completely dumped. Hey, Ryan. Good morning, good morning. Let's make another profitable day. That's the goal. Zubair, that is the goal. That is the goal. Is gold still go down? Yes. For now, gold is still go down. Can gold still go down? Yes, it can. I think a buy here would be too early as well, because it's like it's still moving down, so I don't want to fight this momentum here. I rather want to flow with it. So if it moves down, Then I'll see how can I take a sell if my buy idea doesn't work out. Do we have some support on the left-hand side? Yeah, the left-hand side is not looking too good. You got like 30-minute support, maybe on the hourly, but definitely not looking as clean as it could. Because you got like an hourly support here, you got hourly resistance, and you have some rejections over here to look out for. But yeah, based off an hourly perspective, it could fill this range over here, but you know, you just gotta be a bit cautious about these wicks. Because on the 30-minute, it's not looking, you know, it's a bit jagged over there as well. You got another 30-minute support below there. Got 5-minute supports within this whole zone. So you see it's looking like a little bit, it's looking a little bit jagged over here. So you gotta be cautious about this. See, right now we're at support. We're at some kind of hourly support. It could start to have reactions off this. So I think the best thing to do here is just to wait for whatever price is going to do next. Whether that's going to be coming down or maybe we're going to create a support and then reflip on the daily candle here by, you know, 39.59. It's not going to take much to reflip there. Clean a sell on the 5-minute there. At what point should I close my sell? No idea. I catch the continuation sell at 5-minute accumulation. Oh, nice. Nice one, Alpha. Your sound's producing echoes. Oh, I think that's because you got two tabs open. Probably is the reason why it's producing an echo for you. Check, check. 1, 2. It's too much money that's echoing. You sound okay on Zoom. No sound issues for me. Oh, nice. Let's see. The 4-hour looks so clean to move down. Oh, that's true. The 4-hour does look clean. I wasn't even looking at the 4-hour. You see how we got that kiss of death over here? We got like a dynamic sort of a support here on that 8 SMA. It's got a kiss of death. I'm thinking like, you know, that fake out could come at any time though. But right now it is looking like a fakey to the downside right over here, to be honest. But you see, you're going against this bullish momentum. So you just got to be a little bit cautious about that. Yesterday's candlestick actually closed really strongly bullish. We pushed here about 2.25%. Damn. Crazy day yesterday. So I think, you know, this daily candle could even just be creating like some daily lows before creating some more higher highs. That could be a possibility. See, it's coming down. It's still pretty small. Like, if you look at that daily, look at the daily over here. It hasn't moved that much. It's like about 91 pips. Down negative 0.22%. So, yeah, we still haven't had too much action today. Although we had some really nice intraday time frame sells. Now we just had an accumulation and a breakout. See this little accumulation over here? See how price is distributing? It's currently in a distribution phase. It's paying off these market participants over here. So that's kind of what I was hoping for the London Open, but on the opposite direction. Like this. You see? That would have been really nice. Really nice. But instead, it went the other direction. So we're going to wait for it. But it might just have a little big drop as well. You see how that 5-minute just completely nutted here? About 116 pips. We might see some crazy selling pressure come in. Some crazy retracement come in for the London session. And candlesticks are about to just like melt over there. Head and shoulders and broken neckline. Yeah, we got one right there. I think on the... It's kind of see better on the 5-minute. But I don't like the look of it too much because the head is like right below. Oh, maybe you're talking about this other one here. Yeah, you got that head and shoulders confluence, you got accumulation. Those are a bunch of good probabilities for price to move actually from this area right here. That's really nice. Nice little setups, nice little confluences. You got that ADA SMA in there too. Let's see. Gold's uptrend shows signs of exhaustion at $4,000 per troy ounce approaches. Technical analysis shows. If such a scenario occurs, a consolidation or correction can follow in 4Q. What is up with this? This what article? Dow Jones Newswire 4Q. The chief technical strategist says trend following / risk management favors rising stops, hedging or reducing some long exposure. Signs that the precious metals rally may be exhausting include gold trending roughly 21% above its 200-day simple moving average. 200-day moving average, simple moving average is something like a lot of people in this industry use, like to use, especially, you know, higher time frame traders and you know, when you read these articles, it's like most of the time they're focusing on, like, you know, the 200. I know this 200 moving average here is quite popular. Where peaks are increasingly common, particularly if near 25%. So you see, I like to use things that, like, even if you look at the indicators that I use, see, I use moving averages as well. I just read price action, psychological marks. I use what the industry standards almost is like, moving averages, candlesticks. You never hear me talk about order block of FVG, but it is insane. It is insane. Whenever I watch these videos on YouTube, it feels like everybody trades those ICT concepts. It is crazy. But you're never going to hear any ICT concepts here, I promise you. You're never going to hear Bloomberg talk about it. You're never going to hear professional analysts talk about it. You're never going to hear that. That's the only retail traders are talking about FVGs, which is kind of funny. But you see, like, the way I trade, consolidation. You know, we look at consolidate. You're going to read about consolidations over here. People are going to talk about consolidations. You know, moving averages. It's always been in the picture, moving averages. You know, just stuff like that. They're like pullbacks. Yeah, but it's quite interesting. Very interesting. Gold holds near record highs. Gold prices hovered around $39.60 per ounce on Tuesday, close to record high reached earlier in the session, driven by economic uncertainty and expectations of further U.S. rate cuts. See, the U.S. government shutdown continued into this week, with the White House threatening mass federal worker layoff. Hey, Suradran, good morning, good morning. Still, traders are pricing in a 25 BPS cut later this month, with another reduction anticipated in December. At the same time, political shakeups in France and Japan are adding to fiscal concerns and contributing to the rallying gold. Okay, so we have political shakeups in France. I did not hear about this. And we have, obviously, like in Japan, we have some, you know, with the interest rates and everything being hiked now instead of being reduced. You know, because Japan mainly cuts rates. They don't hike rates. So yeah, adding to fiscal concerns. What's happening in France? The precious metal has climbed 50% so far this year, underpinned by resilient safe haven demand, expectations of Fed easing, strong central bank purchases, increased ETF inflows, and broad dollar weakness. Hello, Dale. Good morning. Platinum outshines gold. Gold and silver may have glittered this year, but platinum has stole the spotlight. Really? The precious metal has surged over 80% in 2025 so far. Damn. Outpacing gold's 51% and silver's 68%. Wait, gold is still less than silver and platinum? Yeah, but the price action on gold, I would say, is like the best between these three. Anyway, marking, that's what I think. Biased opinion. Marking one of the strongest years for precious metals in nearly half a century. Wow, in half a century. One of the strongest years for precious metals in nearly half a century, guys. That's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people made money this year. Despite sharp rally, platinum is still trading 28% below its record. Because I don't know who's selling gold. You know, who is selling? I don't understand who like has a position where they want to sell gold for the long term. I feel like more people would buy gold for the long term, you know? So I think a lot of people made money this year. In 2023 and 2024, the metal fell. And, you know, also gold is a wealth preservation asset. So, you know, if you got like gold reserves, then I think it's pretty nice. See, well, South Africa is gradually recovering. Yeah, you gotta leave gold for your generations, you know. You gotta leave them some gold instead of these like old recipes. You gotta start leaving your generation some gold. Only way I see gold going down is if we find a new alien element to replace it. Oh, that's interesting. But like gold is, you know, when scientists observe the seeable universe, like gold is still one of those what do you call it, like precious metals. Because like in all these planets that we've observed so far, you know, the more or less gold is definitely still up there. It's like a tier 1 asset in the whole universe. It's quite important. They use gold for space travel as well. It's light, it's strong. It's definitely got a lot of value there. That's an interesting scenario. Diamonds, you know, those are also quite a lucrative. We got, what else? What else can you get from another planet? Gas? A lot of gases? Maybe there's gonna be like a special gas we can harvest. Not sure, never used to be. Where is this? Yeah, I was lagging. Is the stream lagging again today for anyone? Not sure, never used to be like this. Oh, you see, here's a volume coming in again. There's a volume coming in. See, down 0.32%. How's the Zoom doing so far? Low FPS. Let me see what's going on here. Let's go on video settings, share screen. Let's go on advanced. Yeah, but this is a volume I was anticipating. Let me just see the settings here quickly. So its price starting to come down. Quite nice, but still gotta wait for structure. You know what we can do? We could probably just move it to Discord for next times, because I know like the Discord quality is also really nice. It's I think it's a lot more efficient in terms of bit rates. It's a lot nicer. So you can do like, we could start sending Zoom. Maybe we're gonna do it on Discord now. Because yeah, I see this as a problem now with Zoom is having an issue nowadays. So I think next time we're just gonna do it on a Discord. So make sure, you know, those of you on Zoom right now, I'll be sending you the links still for the Discord channel, but make sure at least download Discord. At least download Discord, get your roles on WAP. Or if you want, we can do it on Slack, but yeah, I think Discord would be more streamlined. Yeah, no, like on YouTube is fine. YouTube is all good. I'm talking about the Zoom. I'm gonna try something. What's happened here? Damn it. What did you say? Too greedy with the entry, I don't want drawdown? Holy. Yeah, but this didn't trigger you, huh? So close. Yeah, it could be one of those days where we just see price just completely melt. So I'm still kind of being cautious about that. Yeah, I'll create a channel here in the, you see here in the exclusive channels. I'll create one for calls. So next time, I think we're just going to, we're gonna do it here on Discord. Yeah, it's gonna be better. Quality on Discord is usually better. Even the audio quality is better. Usually when I'm gaming with my friends, or like, you know, my brother or something, we're usually on Discord because the audio is pretty clear. Sharing screen's pretty good. Could you draw out a possible scenario to come? Yeah, right now I'm just waiting. AB, what do you mean, yeah, and no sound? So possible scenarios, just waiting right now. We're just waiting for Maybe the daily can reflip, start moving up, or we continue to push down. And as we continue to push down, that's going to create some new opportunities for us. So I can't really do anything right now. Draining is the most draining on one's mental state. It can be. It can be if you let it. If you overtrade and you know you don't manage your risk, super draining. How much has my mental health been damaged by trading? Yeah, it's been damaged quite a lot. That's why I like this little joke over here of, if you look at that, let me show you. This is how it gets damaged to this point over here. Where it's like that scene. Oh, damn, that's loud. It's like that scene from Batman and Joker over here. That's how your mental health gets affected with trading. So you're like Batman, right? That's how I like to look at it. You're like Batman. You're so stoic, you know, so serious. You're trying to make it work for you, and you know, every day you're getting these whips in the market. But at some point, you just gotta crack up. You gotta crack up and just find it so funny, right? You find it so funny because you start to realize the only thing you can control in trading is your risk. You can never control price going to your take profit. So, you know, you finally crack, and then you start to realize that you can't control price going to your take profit. All you can do in trading, and let me tell you, that's a freedom now. When you crack like that, that's the freedom you get. Man, I remember I cracked like this, and I used to wake up every morning expecting to lose a trade. You know, this is my relationship with the market. I just said, man, you're giving me so many fake outs, so many back-to-back losses. We just became buddies like this. You know, that's what you gotta do. You gotta become buddies with the market, and then you're gonna start understanding each other a little bit better. But if you're still trying to fight the market, you know, you're still trying to outsmart it, you're still trying to, you know, then, you know, at that point, it's gonna become very stressful. That's why they say, if a ruler, man, if you can't bend, you're gonna break. So you gotta be able to bend. Embrace the madness. Yes, you got to be able to bend. You know, you gotta allow yourself to bend. It's also like the way defense mechanism with the brain that it uses to kind of protect itself so it doesn't completely break. You know, if you watch this movie called Papillon, it's based off a true story about this French guy who was sent to this island, right? There's like this island over here where they put like prisoners. And this guy was put in solitary confinement for, I think, like, he tried to escape once, and they put you in solitary for 2 years if you're caught. And if you escape a second time and you're caught, you're put in solitary for like 5 years. I like this guy too. It's got the guy from Mr. Robot in it as well. Papillon, 2017. Watch the 2017 one because there's a really old one, and then there's this one, 2017, based off a true story. So if you watch the way this guy also maintains his mental state in that prison, man, you can learn a lot about sometimes what you have to do to kind of remain sane almost. You know, sometimes you have to go a little bit crazy to remain sane. So I think it's a really awesome movie. What's the one-time purchase of your membership? That's just a lifetime purchase. So there's no recurring purchases. There's no monthly. That's just one time. I'm saving. Oh, okay, nice. Talking about that, I should change it. It's been on the monthly. Oh yeah, you should. Are there any trading movies you recommend other than The Wolf of Wall Street? Yeah, definitely. Like Wolf of Wall Street's not even much of a trading movie. I feel like it's definitely more like entertainment. Also Jordan Belfort, you know, in real life was not really a trader. He would just get people to invest into companies and stocks and make like really good commissions from that. So he would target mainly rich people to invest like a lot in these penny stocks, which were not being bought by typically rich people, and then you'd get like a really good commission from it. But trading movies, you should watch The Rogue Trader, is a really good one. That's what I would suggest for you, Rogue Trader. It's also like an old movie. I really like old movies. They just don't make them anymore nowadays. Like movies nowadays are completely trash. I tried watching Fantastic Four the other day and I couldn't, man. That thing's garbage. Like there's too many agendas going on there. Let's see, trading movies. Yeah, you should watch like the Hummingbird Project is really nice. I can mention you a bunch of stuff like Money Never Sleeps, Wall Street with Shia LaBeouf is really good. The Rogue Trader is really nice as well. This is like a gem. 1999. I think those will just be the top ones to kind of like check out for now. Wall Street with Charlie Sheen. That's also pretty good. 1987. We recently watched The Boiler Room in Discord. Well, not recently, a few months ago. Hopefully today we don't get any packages during trades. Any solution for the delay in Zoom meeting? Yeah, we're gonna be doing it on Discord from now on. I don't know where that delay came from. You know, like that's the thing, you know, with companies, what I've realized, they always like tweak certain things and it kind of messes something up. You know, you're not gonna know as a user until you actually know, like, but usually that's what happens when they put like updates or they try tweaking stuff. It usually kind of sometimes messes something else up. That's why I'm saying, like, I think we're just gonna move it to Discord. Discord is one of those platforms which is like super consistent. Also, like Zoom price has been going up recently as well. It's kind of weird because they're not offering anything new as well. Also the connection's just gotten worse. So we'll do it on Discord. But is it good now? Is it lagging now, or is it okay? I see the new voice channel GTA 6. Yes, sir. We're just waiting. Oh, okay. Wait. Let me do this again. One hour bottom flip. Oh, nice. Yeah, pretty strong pullback over here. 1 hour's about to flip, rebreak the highs, move up. 30, what's that, towards like 39.76. Trading Places is also a good movie. I have watched it yesterday. Trading Places. Trading Places. It's like Trading Places. Trading Places with, was it Lindsay Lohan or something like that? The old Disney movie. I feel like I watched this. This is Eddie Murphy over here. Trading Places. Oh, where this guy's not really a trader, but he's really good at giving financial advice. I feel like I might have watched this movie. Yeah, it's really nice. Looks good. What year is this? 1983. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're done with Zoom. After today, we're done with Zoom. I'm gonna start doing this on Discord. Good thing is we got options. Discord doesn't suit people well, or for whatever reason, we always got Slack or something. I was trying to find a platform to watch that Papillon. Papillon. Is YouTube TV good? I've never tried it. I use like S-Flix. And Dumb Money is pretty nice as well. It was the most recent trading movie that we got. Executed it pretty nice as well. Seth Rogen in there, and what's that guy's name? He's dating, I think, one of the Kardashians. Yeah, but anyway, price is down, negative 0.23%. Nothing we can do right now, but just watch the market. It's just kind of like deciding where it wants to go. Yeah, Pete Davidson, that's the one. I wanted to watch his new movie, Home. Pete Davidson. It looks kind of interesting. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but you know the cover of that movie is actually his eye. It's kind of crazy over there because the director said, no, Pete, we got to use your eye. You have a very recognizable eye. It's like, no, I don't. You know, he has a pretty normal looking eye over here. So the director was like, no, we got to use your eye, Pete. We got to use your eye. So this was a real scene where they got like an actual doctor to come in and hold his eye up like this. Hold his eye up like this so they can, you know, make that scene in the movie. And also make the album artwork. Then after the movie, the director was like, actually, you know, we didn't really need to use your eye. Because, you know, you could just CGI all of this. But they still kind of made him do it as a prank. It's kind of wild. Yeah, so I gotta watch this movie. Creepy. That's how those on-set accidents happen. Like that guy who shot somebody on set because they mixed in the real guns and the fake guns, and during a scene he actually shot the gun and killed somebody. Forgot his name. Why even have real guns on this? Oh yeah, that's why. Because some scenes, if you can use a real gun, it makes it more authentic. Pick up right where you left off in bar replay. You can now continue your last bar replay session. The system saves your symbols, intervals, and progress, so you can get back to analysis anytime. Take all the breaks you need to get back when ready. Oh, nice. Check my Euro USD sells in Discord. This is pretty neat over here. Oh, so that's what it meant by start new and continue. That thing was kind of confusing me for a bit. Resume your session from the same point with the same settings. Start new, begin a fresh session by selecting. That's really awesome. Yeah, market's still deciding here. I feel like this thing could really do anything at this point. It's having a hard time because we have these speed bumps on the left-hand side that price needs to get through first. So you see, whenever you got like those kind of speed bumps, price is going to react off of them. So you just say, we're reacting off of it right now. It's going to become a challenge for price to get through these levels because it can just bounce off any of these levels. You know, so definitely it's struggling to move down. There's more room for it to move up. As I mentioned, I think it's just creating the daily lows before we start creating daily highs. The question is whether we can start moving up during the London session, or that's going to be something for later. But we're not that far off the daily flip. We just need to push up like 100 pips. Exactly. Alec Baldwin. That's his name. Pretty sure it didn't do any time for that either. He probably got a Diddy sentence. Man, can you believe Diddy's getting out? He got, how much did he get, chat? Like 50 months? He got 50 months? In jail? I think not even prison. I'm not sure, but he just got like 50 months. But the thing is, they didn't talk about the parole, or you know, there's another scapegoat over there. They didn't mention about that. So that means he could theoretically possibly do only like 4 months. There were like some good behavior, and they're gonna like apply for that thing, and he could get out even before the 50 months are over. Because he was facing initially like 20 years, right? Something like that. And need a lawyer, like Diddy's lawyer. Oh, and guess what? He paying a fine of $500,000. This guy is worth maybe $200+ million from all these, also like a lot more from all these crimes he was convicted of, but he's gonna get off scot-free. 500K and, you know, 50 months with a potential 5-month sentence. Not bad. It's a profitable business crime. I think there will be a strong pullback. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a strong pullback. That's what we're expecting. But you see right now, it's holding off though. It's holding off price. You got like support over here. You got resistance over here. It's kind of holding because of this speed bumps we have on the left-hand side. So we really just have to see what direction that the market picks next. Also got clean range above this resistance over here. It's about like 100 pips towards that next resistance. This is probably going to be a section for later on in the day. Unless volume just comes out of nowhere and price starts moving up again. I think like maybe during, let's say, pre-NY probably. It's like candlesticks Gonna come up over here and we might be looking to fill that range above. This is 39.65. He got away by distributing his oils. 5-minute Siggy break. Just popped in to leave a like. Thank you. Thank you. Are you looking for short from daily open? No, I'm looking for short if price can prove to me wants to keep going down. Because if you look at the daily time frame, what do you notice about this daily candlestick over here? You know, that's one big ass candle, right? So we still want to be a bit cautious about, you know, selling against this. So pretty a lot of 871 pips from wick to wick. Yesterday was definitely one of the more volume-based days. Like this has been the biggest candlestick on the daily we've gotten since. Let's see, not even here, not here, not here. Yeah, this is definitely one of the biggest daily candles we've gotten since this whole kind of like bull run. And last time, damn, I don't think we've had a candle that big yet. For a while here. Yeah, maybe the last time we had it was in... Seems like this is it right here. That's May 20th. You know, May 20th. Now we're on October 7th. It's about like 5 months ago. $4K, yeah, and $4K is still so close. It's gonna be like a magnet $4K. I wish this was already kind of setting up like a little bit higher up, you know. It's like there's something here that's cooking up on gold. Pretty nice stops as well, like for price to shoot up from this little accumulation. Question is that daily is still bearish, you know. I still don't want to sell against this bearish, buy against this bearish pressure. I'll wait a bit longer. One hour OB below. One hour OB. Small consolidation forming. Yeah. It's like the next move is coming out of this area. You're going to see distribution either to the upside or to the downside. Whatever it may be, the next move is coming out of this area. Yeah, they double weapon switch. Exactly. You know it, Ellie. It's Twitch us gamers have, you know. Quick switch. Primary, secondary. As you're running back into battle, you're like, damn it. Need to get in there. Gold headed to yesterday's open. You think so? I think it's a pretty big move down. We have to drop from here to yesterday's open about 652 pips. Basically, at that point, gold has been a bearish day. And it's just going to be mainly sells. You know, because also it's like, if we start dropping, I think there's a... Well, let me not say anything because we already got a surprise on this day over here. This was a wild day, I think. One of these days were crazy. Like, price went up like... I can't remember how many pips 500 pips, came down again like 500 pips, then went up again like 600 pips. It was insane. Yeah, I just gotta wait and see, but definitely cooking something up here. The only thing that's missing is the main ingredient, which is the direction for me. So I'm not sure what direction is gonna be. I don't want to get caught in any fake outs. I don't know if the market really wants to start moving down right now. If I knew it's how I want to move down, because the London session is like, you gotta be very picky with the direction on the London session, right? So if it really wants to move down, then this would have been like a sell over here. Stop loss just above that zone, and then for price to move down. But I still don't have that direction part yet. I'm gonna know a bit better, like if price can maybe pull down towards like 39.43 and then break these lows, then we're gonna be like, okay, yeah, maybe like we are actually gonna start moving down, because then that would distribute from this section, and then that would be the sell-off, and then look for continuation to the downside. Because if you look back, you're gonna say, okay, you know, maybe we are moving down. You see, we had like really nice accumulation, fake out, reversal, sell-off, clean range, corrected, and then you got another one right over here. Boom, 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 accumulation, and then distributed again to the downside. Let's check out this Euro USD sells on Discord. Euro USD. Okay, closure below. Bullish candle failed to close back up in the range. Yeah, oh, nice. Entry at the break of the lows, stops above the previous candle high. Yeah, I think this was really good. Really good. You got like a kind of a break. Candlestick broke below support. Right? Retested. It's like a break, a retest, and then to continue moving down. The safer entry would have been like right here though, at the break of these lows, right? Because that would be the whole support that's been formed would be right here. But a pretty decent break, retest, candlestick, stop loss above here for price to move down. Clean range on the left hand side too. So you got rejection, zero drawdown. There's an accumulation, fake out. That price is still trying to come down there. Goldie's trying to come down. How's the zoom now? Should I refresh again? Screen record, refresh? Or is it okay? We're down 0.36. Yes, please. All right. And technology. Yeah, it's distributing now. See, now we're getting a bit more of a sense of direction. So it's distributing from here. Push down like 34 pips. Wait, let's see. The break of these lows, where would that even be? Rebreak of the daily lows. Chat, we could just be moving down if that's the case. If we start to re-break the daily lows. Let me see how the setup here looks. Oh, it's starting to break. Alright, so I just took a sell over here. I just took my sell here. Expecting price to continue to move down bearish. Because it's showing to me now like we're getting some bearish momentum coming in. Maybe if we break above those highs, then I'll be managing my risk. It's a pretty big accumulation there. What time is it? Oh, we got a new hourly open in about 10 seconds. Oh man, I don't know about this pullback. If you're not yet in the position, you'd rather wait for that low there to get broken. Because we gotta create hourly highs. That's the thing. I don't know if I'm gonna survive the hourly high to be formed. My broker's already created a top wick. Oh man, let me see what's going on here. Yeah, I didn't survive the hourly highs. Damn it. I didn't see that. I did not see that we had the hourly opening soon. So I just managed my trade over here instead. Maybe I'm just going to count it as one trade, but I'll give myself a re-entry here because that only put me down 0.43%. So I'll give myself a re-entry there. So I'm going to give my trade here like a second chance to move down. So keeping the risk still the same, maybe around a 0.80, 80% worst case scenario. But I'm just gonna count it as one trade. I'll just pile on the risk from that position. because it's still the same entry. It was just the hourly candlestick that was the kind of issue over there. What action did you take to manage risk when it broke up? I just closed it. I just closed the trade. Five minutes setting up nicely. Yeah, it's creating a nice top wick over there on the 5. That's the thing about trades, you know, you can always get back into it. You can manage your risk and you could always get back into it. See if you could give it a second try over there. But usually in a situation like this, I'll just wait till the next session. But this was like, this was because of that hourly candlestick open. So I want to give myself like more of a fair chance to catch this move. Because, you know, I didn't know that hourly was about to open up. Do we just leap liquidity from the left again? Yeah, next time it drops, it should actually drop because the hourly is creating now its hourly highs. And for it to redrop and then keep moving down here, we got some nice little range. Got a really nice range here on the hourly. Rebreak hourly highs, rebreak the lows, and then to push down bearish. See, next candle's got a break to show me this volume. All right, I got in. Now expecting price to move down. Yeah, this is more of a fair shot. This is more of a fair chance for my trade. Wish someone told me about that hourly. Because also when I'm streaming, it's kind of hard to pay attention to like literally everything. But yeah, this is more of like a fair shot. So at this point, even, you know, whatever happens at this point, that's going to be the trade over there. That's going to be the attempt, the real attempt for price to either move down or, you know, at this point, we're just going to see what happens. So retest that little wick over there. It's a pretty nice progress so far. Wow, this candlestick just reflipped. It's got some clean range on the hourly, the 4-hour. What's the maximum drawdown I experience? Now, I don't let myself have a drawdown usually in the market. Because the moment I see like trade gives me like a hard time, something like this, usually I just close out my trades. There's no point giving it like there's no point taking in too much drawdown. Because good trades are just gonna play out normally. You see this? Like how it's moving up like this? Yeah, I'm just gonna close it here. Yeah, I just gotta manage my trade over there. This is too choppy for me. Even if it moves down at this point, it's just gonna be too choppy for me. Nice try, nice try, nice try. I don't know why it's moving so choppy like this. Let me see what's going on here. 15-minute. Because it seems like it wants to come down. Gold does seem like it's slipping down right now, to be honest. It's not really giving too much of a bullish structure. So there's no point. You see this? Market give you a hard time like this. It becomes kind of like a 50-50 here. How much did it even push on the break? Break it did about like 22 pips. $30 still looks clean. The hourly still looks clean. 4-hour looks good to continue coming down there. Obviously, daily's got plenty of room. Yeah, let's see what it does. Because the hourly had already created its top wick as well. It created its top wick, started re-breaking its lows. Should have just moved down. I think there's a little bit of hesitation currently for some reason. But whether the trade's gonna play out or not in the end, trade management is key. Well done, bro. Yeah, I think that's the most important. Then it dumps. So do you avoid trading on the start of the hour? You wait a bit for the wick to form? Yeah, if there's a few seconds, you know, for the new hourly candlestick and it starts to re-break, because it's also like sometimes you get these trades where it's breaking exactly as the new hourly candlestick is about to open, and those typically feeling more like some kind of a liquidity grab, because it knows the new hourly still needs to create those hourly highs most likely. So if it's like a few seconds, a minute, you know, most of the time you're gonna feel a bit safer if you wait for the hourly to first close. Because it's like that's what the market likes to do sometimes. It's gonna rush, take out the lows, and then get in line with that hourly open to have the hourly highs being formed, and then, you know, you get more of a proper break again. So that's kind of what I was looking at here. Hourly highs were formed, and then we get more of that proper break. So even the reaction we got was pretty decent. Push down here, like, I don't know how many pips y'all really look for, but anyway, push like 23 pips on that. If I had a tighter stop, I could have gotten away with it. But I was actually expecting price to continue to push down. I was expecting this move to be much bigger. So you see even how that 5 minute, there's a lot of like hesitation. over here. See how the 5 minute came all the way down here and then it still closed up bullish. Create like a small support. Next 5 minute open, no top wick. Now we just gotta wait and see what happens at this point. Because it's really on the verge of trending as well. You see that daily here, it's like at 0.40%. It's right on the verge of trending. We just need to really crack this 0.40% level right over here. Once we crack through it, then I think like price can start moving properly. We're just dipping below 0.40. Then kind of like holding. Market has been down a lot today. Better wait for confirmation to trade. Yeah, I see right now there's no buys as well. There's no buy confirmations. So you can't really do much in terms of looking for a buy. Because if you catch a buy right now, you're basically catching the very first buy moves that are going to present themselves. You know, if that's going to be like a strong distribution like that, that's going to be the first buy move that's going to present itself. For the most part, it's just been selling off. Boom, boom. Creating a small little inverted head and shoulders there. A left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Habib, thank you for the sub. Can't win them all. No, you can't. It's on a trend line right now. Yeah, it's on a trend line. You got 15-minute support. There's always a reason. You can find a reason of what it's on right now. You can say there's an OB over there as well. I think in trading, you also got to focus more on like why your trades are winning trades. Because if you focus too much on why they're losing trade, you're also going to have a reason a lot more of the times. If you do enough analysis. I just got to see like, okay, this is maybe not the cleanest setup, but it was definitely a setup. Definitely a setup. We were definitely moving down. Daily was starting to re-break its own lows. This one was too early to take up over here, so just waited a bit longer. Broke those lows. Could have looked a lot cleaner, you know, something like this, but I think also that one was kind of valid. This larger one here. It's definitely the biggest one we've attempted so far though, in the past few weeks. Important thing is good risk management, because it's easier to make it back if you manage your risk. If you don't, then you gotta work twice as hard. What's that? Your buy limit's on 39.34. Oh, 39.34. Still haven't got to it. This also could be like a really good opportunity for a range. This whole area over here. Right now it's 417. Sometimes it could build some orders within this whole zone before it starts to move. Maybe we might even see some pretty big moves happen later today. That's if it starts to pick up pace back to the upside. If it's going to come out of this zone, because, you know, bigger accumulation, you can also expect like some kind of a pretty decent move out of it. Whether that's going to be like bullish or that's going to be bearish. dun, dun, dun.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Let's see how GJ is doing. GJ is moving up. Oh, yesterday's candlestick actually moved up quite a lot from the daily open. What do you see? 0.93%. Damn, I haven't seen a candle like that in ages on pound yet. Nice little accumulation break to the upside. But GJ is also down 0.11%, so it's not trending bullish at this moment. It's got a pretty nice range here to fill though, like 27.5 pips. Hey Prince. Think you're a little aggressive today? Yeah, just a little bit. True. It could have been cleaner. It definitely could have been cleaner, but at the same time, there was something there. There was something there. That's why I even got that reaction, you know, on the initial initial push, the real push. Got a pretty good pop down, like 24 pips. There definitely was something here. It just wasn't the cleanest. There definitely was something. Especially with the way that Owly was looking, you know. Once it created its top wick. Re-break the lows. Because what I was kind of expecting as well is what happened, I can't remember, I think it was last week when gold was just completely selling off. It was kind of giving me the vibe for potential, just a complete dump. Because we have so much range there on the daily. You know, daily still has a lot of room over here to keep moving down a bit more. See, 30 minutes about to close in like 8 minutes 30 seconds. Kind of looking like a small little grab that happened below here. Got like 8 minute 20 seconds for a 30-minute closure. Still rejecting that 15-minute support, but that's not too important. It does look like it wants to fake us out. I already took a sell today as well, so far the day has been like more sells than buys. I think it does grab some liquidity from the upper level and then it comes back down hard. That wick must be something to come back for, in my opinion. I think the stop was also a bit too conservative on that move. It'll probably like broke even as it was coming down over here. Because that was already a pretty decent push. Tricky one, tricky trade. Yeah. I went too conservative on the stop loss. I was expecting this thing to drop like quite nicely, you know, expecting a pretty good drop. Actually, you had some range there towards that hourly support. That kind of fit the hourly support down over here. And that 30-minute support too. Because, you know, I'm just thinking from the perspective of the other traders who caught this move. Because, as I said, you know, even we get like a push like this, there definitely was something there. Sometimes, you know, people are already out of that trade because they got tired of stop loss. Sometimes they got tired of stop loss. And also the ones who had the stop loss over here, they would have a pretty decent push to at least maybe maneuver break even a bit better. You know, so I'm always measuring out like from the smaller traders to the medium-sized traders to a little bit more conservative traders of how the trade could potentially play out. You see, that's why I said there's no point even holding like a trade that really starts to give you like a hard time. See any like conservative traders still holding a stop loss over here? That just got the full SL hit. Whereas I can give like 2 tries and still get out with 0.79 minus. I was trying to put my SL to B, but unfortunately... Oh, you're trying to put it to break even? If you couldn't put it to break even on time, just still get out of your trade. Like as soon as it puts you in a bit of drawdown, just get out anyway. You know, because most of the time you're gonna wait for break even, right? And then it still just keeps going up against you. So you're still just gonna be losing more. See? So you'd have been better off even just cutting it here. If you couldn't get your other break even. That's the thing with people who also trade without a stop loss. If you don't use a stop loss, what happens is no mental stop becomes no stop. So as soon as price goes into drawdown, right? You remove your stop loss. You'd say you're going to mentally close, but it maybe pushes, let's say, an extra 5 or even 10 pips. Mental close becomes no close. And now you're just going to be hoping that it comes back into your stop loss area so you can actually close the trade, which is a really bad habit because price can just always keep going against you. So you gotta be like super disciplined when you do that. When you're not using hard stops. Oh, that was daily golden zone? No, I don't think so. That's not really a golden zone area on the daily. If you draw a fib from this support to that retracement, it's barely done a retracement for any kind of like a golden zone. So I don't know what you're seeing over here. There's no pullback because usually a golden zone is a retracement, right? You have to have like at least a decent size retracement. That's usually where the 50-60% is. This is nothing yet. Also the 4-hour, no golden zone. Maybe on the hourly. But it did dip below it quite a bit though. I reckon it's going to try and accumulate some more orders in here though. Before the moves. You got some resistance. You got support. It's going to accumulate here a bit longer. And then give like a big move later. This is a kind of accumulation I was already anticipating. Now, I thought it could happen a little bit sooner, which it actually did. It actually did somewhat play out over here. Asian traders taking profits. Asia was a pretty nice move. Yeah, it's still distributing here. So you got that distribution from this section as well. That's still paying them out. Retested. Actually, you know, that push would have been lovely because it came up. Kind of like retest this area for some reason. Because, you know, sometimes we see that a price will retest a previous zone or a previous entry before it gives like a much larger push. You know, you probably experience this as well. Let's say you got your TP over here, right? And then price will come close to your TP, reject it, and then come back into your entries, test your entries, and then smash through the TP. So almost kind of like a similar thing that happened over here. See, it came up, it retested this area for some reason, but the accumulation was actually from here. Broke over here, but maybe these are trailing stops. And then price gave like a bigger push down past below this level. Because, you know, sometimes maybe you got your TP set somewhere around here for whatever reason. Then your stops, your trailing stops get stopped out wherever those could be. And the market comes and then fulfills that promise. But usually, you know, sometimes it also can just continue. Doesn't necessarily just have to reverse like that. Sometimes it just goes through. Need to build new structure to know where actually gold want to go. Yeah, I agree. The buys would have been straightforward if we got the buys for the London Open over here. That would have been really nice. Pretty straightforward, this war, but it broke the lows instead. But it's true, this structure, this specific type of entry, it definitely can still play out, but it's definitely one to be more cautious with. It's a bit wider, it's a bit more spaced out than something like this. Right over here. Was that the fake out? Was that a fake out? No, it's consolidating now. We got this range. This range is about 154 pips. What the DXY is doing. DXY is also moving up here today. No, 1.27%. Still holding this general region. But it looks like we do have some dollar strength. It's a little confluence for gold sells. Dollar is really strong actually. Full bars. The thing about gold is it doesn't have to move right now. You know, it can still move. It can still move up later. We've seen the daily do that. Daily come super bearish and then move up later during like the New York session time. Can we say it's forming lower lows on the lower time frame? I would just read this as a consolidation. Let's write this consolidation. But it is definitely forming new lower lows. overall. There's a couple of things what it's doing here. It's just building orders to have the next situation. You see, like previously here, it came down. That was the distribution to the downside, and then now it's building that same case scenario as it did up here. So, because this is such a big range, I'm wondering if this is gonna be the New York session breakout instead. Now, because it's a pretty big range. We only got 30 minutes till the new hourly and then another hour till pre-New York. Again, for the daily candlestick to start changing direction again. And then coming back towards those Asian players from previously before. But because it's such a big range, you could also still look for opportunities within this area. It's like 131 pips. But for the general direction, I would say it either got to break above like some kind of resistance up here or it starts breaking down below those lows again. Let's see, do we got any charts? Will you trade today more or are you done? No, I'm going to take another trade later. I'm still up for the day, just about 0.40. Slightly below 0.40%. Depending on, because I see there's volume today. Candlesticks are moving. Clearly pretty nice, decent moves. I wouldn't even say there's a shock in the water or anything. I think this move here was not necessarily even a fake out. As I mentioned, there are these smaller stop losses here which are still playing out. I think my main stop was just a little bit too conservative. So I couldn't manage properly because I still needed a bigger push. Couldn't break even just yet. But looking back at it in hindsight, yeah, I definitely think something above here would have been more sufficient. There's a lot of volume, you know. The thing is, like, the move looks small. It looks small, but that's actually like 24 pips. That's a lot of pips, like, generally speaking. For gold, it's just like gold nowadays just has so much volume in it. We're used to seeing a lot more bigger moves. But you can imagine for like a scalper, right? For a scalper, that's a pretty big push. And it happens so fast. This only happened in 2 minutes. It broke the low and then it continued pushing there. Just in 2 minutes, it moved down like, 24 pips and then moved back up. Again, another 32 pips in 2 minutes. It's a lot of movement. So yeah, that's why I still think today is a pretty decent day. I don't see a reason that price is looking bad. Because you can sit here and you can play the victim all you want, but at the end of the day, that's not going to help you. I lost 1%. That retracement of a short was way too fast. The retracement of the short. Yeah, markets generally speaking are fast. It's a fast-paced environment, the market, generally speaking. The only times it's not fast paced, it's usually for people who tend to get stuck in consolidations most of the time. Then it feels like slower for you. But for me, I always such like approaches like this a bit like unrefined, right? So for you, like something like this, you get stuck in consolidation, then you feel like the market is slow. But in reality, like once you start refining your approach to markets, you actually start to realize like how quick paced the market actually is. Because you don't want to get stuck in consolidation, right? If you get stuck in consolidation, most of the time it's just like 50-50. Because the market's still like picking directions, it's still gearing up, building order flow, and then it has its move. Ideally, you'd want to be just getting in when it has its move, when it's ready to go, not when it's still setting up, because that's 50-50. We got any fundamentals today? Bank of Japan, UDA speaks nothing. No news. What day is it? Oh, it's already the 7th. You're looking for longs. Godspeed, Godspeed. Yeah, right now you have more of like a mixed bias right now. Daily's down 0.19%. Haven't yet gotten the true daily direction yet. See, since the open, what do we do? Push up 45%, I think it was. Yeah, 45%. So we're down 45% to the upside. You see like that 40% region there. It's usually the area it needs to crack to show us more of like a daily trend. So we already tried 0.45% during Asia, came down. We tried 0.45%, I think, again here was sells, and then it came up. Let's measure it. Yeah, about 0.48%, and then it came up. Those are the regions that price needs to really truly crack for us to see a trending environment. But right now it's more like mixed bias. Waiting for dollar to reach resistance. If you're waiting for dollar to reach resistance, what are you gonna do? You gotta send us a chart over here. What can you do? Can we get that daily flip again? This is push up 0. How many pips is like 71? Have I ever been to Indonesia? No. Can you show me how to get your fib? You just put the settings. Just use the Fibonacci and you know the settings are going to be already there for you. You can see it on the chart. 135.0. Yeah, kind of slow day here. Price seems to be moving, but it's moving like in between the daily candle without much of a direction. Should have held this trade longer from pre-session. Like I close out too early. Hey, when do you think it's going to be a good entry point? I think it's going to be a good entry point like when price, at least for now, it needs to just show us something, you know. Right now it's not showing me anything. It's I think like a break above this resistance would be nice for that pre-NY volume. Because we only know price moves when there's volume and when there's news, right? So usually during that 6 a.m. Eastern candle, I feel like that would increase the probability a bit more that this distribution here will play out when it starts to break above this region. But until then, I reckon that we're just going to consolidate like this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, exactly. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Man, coulda done this, shoulda done that. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. XPT. Oh, there's platinum. Beautiful distribution, eh? Wow. Tell me, like, platinum's just been consolidating here since... When you got price action... Oh, you gotta pay for this. Oh, what is it? Why are we gonna get price action till 2017? But it's just been consolidating since 2017. It's compared to gold on the monthly. There's a 2017 over here. So I was kind of surprised that platinum is doing a lot better than gold, apparently. Does this even make any sense? Platinum's up on the year. What did they say? Like 50%? No, 80%. 80%. Yeah, precious metal has surged nearly 80% 2025, outpacing gold's 51% and silver's 68%. %. I don't know how they're measuring it, but yeah, I mean 80% sure. Because, you know, for the most part, platinum hasn't done anything. It's just accumulated. It's like the first distribution towards the upside. There's definitely got some more leg room over there to keep moving up. Where's it currently sitting at? 160, 1618, 1700, next psychological mark. But I do anticipate it's potentially going for 2K for the end of the year. Looking at 2K on platinum. Can we make it up there? Let's see. Measure this. This for this quarter. Oh, 2K might be a bit of a stretch. Maybe around, if we can even do 1,800, I think that's pretty nice. Probably trying to get an attempt for $1,900. That would be platinum targets. 1,900. See how much volume. Oh no, actually 2K can be achieved. 2K can actually be achieved. Get a pretty good quarter like this one from April. Could get up to 2K. Man, but Goldie's just skyrocketing. Look at this. Every single day, we're at some kind of like a new higher high. Doesn't mean you can't sell. You can still get some pretty good sell opportunities on these pullbacks. Today, price action is kind of tricky overall. Yeah, if you're waiting for daily direction, it is definitely a bit tricky for me. Otherwise, if you're just executing based off the strat, you could get away with like these sells. Like, you know, there's a sell right over here and there's another small sell that happened over here. That all seems fine. That seems to be playing out quite decently. So much waiting. A lot of waiting. That's all the trading is, you know. You get your option and you take your option. You see how you can manage your trade and then on to the next option. But the worst thing that you can do is try and like fight the market. Don't fight the market. Just try your option, whatever that might have been at during that time. See if you can learn from it. Then move on. Consolidation nation. This buy would have been a bit trickier to catch though, for sure. Let me see on the 5 minute. Do we got any structure there? Yeah, no structure. It's just a V-shape. V-shape reversal. Like this. No structure for price to go up. So it's kind of like, remember what we spoke about in the video yesterday? So it's kind of a similar situation. Higher time frames, moving up, creating new higher highs, higher lows, higher lows. That's a HDF. You come into the LTF. Now you're back in the trenches. How can you catch this volume you're seeing on the high time frame? So, you know, in this situation, you got that nice liquidity grab confirmation as it's closed below down a support. The only thing missing here is that structure to actually take a buy to fill up that range. But you see, fill out the range quite beautifully. But very tricky. Even if you go down on the 1 minute time frame, there's not a lot of like structure to go based off of there either. It's not like, you know, you got that inverted head and shoulders, but structurally speaking, it's not really there. How the hell are you with a t-shirt, Nick dude? I'm freezing over here. Oh, yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm not freezing at all. Let's see what the weather is right now. Right now, it is 22 degrees Celsius. Not bad, not bad. Highs of 24 degrees. Well, you know, summer's around the corner over here for me, so soon we're going to be getting like, you know, 30-degree weather, blue skies. Right now it's winter. Winter is like 15 to 24 degrees. Why are you not trading on NY session? Because that's a bit too late in the day. So you don't want to be like spending your whole day trading. You only want to spend maybe a few hours a day trading. What are you saying, that we have a 30-minute support and 15 close above? See, 5 minute, you got 5 minute support over here. You know, prices aren't to break below 5 minute support. It could be like a little bit of a sell-off too. We have a small accumulation here as well. Little grab above the highs. But yeah, this is looking good. The only thing that's missing for me on gold is honestly like a trending daily time frame to give me like that confidence boost. But you know, it might be just one of those days, eh? Just gotta wait and see. But structure here is looking quite decent. Little liquidity grab, get candlestick close below support. Right over here, how much you got? Like 2 minutes, 16 seconds. Got some pretty nice range to the downside. It has been moving down of late, like from here. See that little pullback, and then continue moving down. It's like a sell. You see even from Asia, sell, London, sell, 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 sell. A little bit of a pullback and then maybe a continuation. Little bit continuation. Is it a market fade? Yeah, you could take as a market fade as well. Get like a strong break below this support area over here. You're quite confident about the direction as well. You know, because like every setup is just going to be slightly different. It's going to have its own kind of slight different dynamics to it. So if you're feeling like this trade has come to you and you have not come to it, then you're feeling good about it, then I think it's going to be a pretty decent idea for sell continuation. If you feel like you got to second guess yourself a lot, then it's best to just stay away from it most of the time. Which is easier said than done, to be honest. Got a nice little accumulation here as well. So you got a bit of confluence there too. Little accumulation. Little clean range. Candle's about to close. Most likely close at 8 SMA over there. Price is overall moving down. So like if you took a sell, you wouldn't beat yourself up too much about any kind of a random candle. Let's say if a random candle just goes like this. That's just random, you know. You can't anticipate something like that. All you can do is like just work with the price action that you currently have in the market. Right, because if it does this, then you say, okay, you know, fine, you know, the market's probably just heading up here. It's created a inverted head and shoulders. Oh, break above the accumulation. Maybe it continues to go up at that point. But trading's all about, can you make the best right decision you possibly can here? You know, because that's how every strategy is. Right, every strategy throughout the day will give you all variation of trades, and it's all about like, do you want to take that option? Do you want to take that option? Do you want to take that option? So it doesn't matter if you're trading trend lines or fair value gaps or TFX concepts, what have you. Throughout a whole day, everyone is going to have an option to take for the trades that they're going to take. You know, there's no such a thing as you're going to learn one strategy and then throughout this whole 24 hours, everyone's getting like the same exact entry. Because the market's going to give you multiple options throughout the day. H1 about to close. Yeah, I got H1 here like 4 minutes. There's some pretty obvious moves though. Like since the Asia session with these dumps, there have been some pretty good moves. There have been some really good moves. These little accumulation breakouts that most people could have like caught though, because they gave a lot of options here today. If you came in like really early session, Asia session, you could have managed your risk on this one because the market was already showing you that it was giving you a hard time over here. You could manage your risk really well. If you caught that one, boom. That's one distribution that played through. Here's a second one, and then that was a third one. Yeah, so far, and here's a fourth one. So far, there have been a few obvious ones, though, like higher probability options. I have active sell from 39.61. Oh, you got to secure something then. See, you got it here while price was accumulating. Because the longer you're in the market, you're giving the market more of a chance to start reversing on you, right? So you see as time is going by and you're still thinking that price maybe will continue to go down. In essence, what you're doing is you're just giving the market more time to take back your money. That's all that you're doing. Because, you know, you can say that you're just giving the market more time to play out. But in reality, because, you know, we're not the sharks in the water necessarily. We're just giving the market more time to take back our money. Now I'm in the gulag. Gotta wait till I respawn again. Imagine trading is like video game, right? Where when you die, you have to wait another 2 hours to respawn to play the game again. You get sent in the gulag and then you gotta wait another 2 hours. Then all you can do is like switch your weapons in there. You gotta switch your weapons, and when you come back in, man, you're gonna be careful. Isn't it? You're gonna be more careful because you don't want to wait another 2 hours, or you want to make the most use of your time possible. You want to get as many kills as possible so you can actually level up your character. Right? So next time you get put in the game, you're gonna be very cautious next time. You're gonna wait for the right opportunities. You're not gonna fuck around too much. But only you can give yourself these rules, you know? Only you can do that. But if you don't want to give yourself rules, then obviously you gotta overtrade. I'm in the storm right now. Let's see. He took partials, left, rest running. But like, it's about to move from this region right over here. We're about to see Goldie do something. It's about to cook something. Whatever is gonna happen, it's coming out of this move again. Out of this region. You're gonna see a big dump or maybe a fake out. Whatever the case, it's coming out of here soon. Because there's gonna be some confluences as it starts to break below supports. And if it starts to break above highs as well. Because it's accumulating orders right now. So you got the build up of orders and then you can get the pushes that you want. Yeah, the moment it takes partials, it melts. Candle that closed like a doji, a little bit of indecision in the market here, you can see. H1 closing strong bullish. Oh, we got a new hourly open. Could be a shift in direction soon. We might see that shift come in. Maybe even get that inverted head and shoulders happen over here with volume to the upside. Because it needs to break either these lows or these highs. Right now it's creating like a potential for an inverted. We don't like daily still down 0.17%, but definitely there could be a shift coming in soon in market direction. Because Asia and London have just been selling off. Could we be creating a higher time frame range? 4-hour looks wiki. Oh yeah, we also got 4-hour close on some brokers. Mine's still closing in about 59 minutes. But if you go on Owanda, you see the 4-hour just opened up over here. A tiny little bottom wick. What's my favorite session to trade? Any session which gives me a good trade, to be honest. Like any session where it's like clean price action and I can kind of read it better. Because that always changes, man. Sometimes I get that pre-London session is my favorite, but sometimes that pre-London just is so terrible. Because whenever I'm on the chart, sometimes you get like a specific time where the market's faking out a lot. It could be a specific hourly candlestick that's it just keeps faking out during that time. Those are challenges that can happen like on all sessions. And if you're consistent and you're showing up on the chart like relatively at the same time every day, then you know you could get caught in some kind of like repetitive fake out. It happens. Maybe it's happened to me like 1 or twice this year, where the market was caught at that specific time I was trading at a repetitive fake out. It doesn't always happen, but it's definitely something to look out for. Of late, the London session's been quite nice though. I've been really enjoying the London moves. Pre-New York, not so much. So of late, pre-London and London. Do you think it'll go again higher later this day? Yeah, I think so. That's what I'm waiting to see. It's the build-up right now. We're at the build-up phase to see what direction what direction price can head to. This is a build-up phase. So yeah, that's the kind of like idea I'm waiting for. I want to see what's gonna happen, especially here. What's gonna happen here? Because if we break above here, I'm actually be expecting like a really big push, either upwards, or if we break below, a really big push downwards. Then kind of starts giving me more of a better sense of where the market wants to be heading. But you see, if you're taking trades back to back to back, you never give yourself an opportunity to get that sense of where the market actually wants to go. Any time can be a trade? Yes. Hey, is this still the right time to enter long? If it's part of your rules, yeah, go for it. It can still fall. The more you sit on your hands, the more the market will show you direction. So like how this candle here is starting to also flip. See, it's starting to flip like this. Look at this little test of the highs. Would have been even nicer to get a liquidity grab above here. Boom, and then start rushing down to break these lows to continue pushing down. But the daily is like this. Daily direction is like this. It's flat. Yeah, 0.20%. Dude, we need gold to wake up. Dude. I don't want it to push down. Better up for you. Well, if it starts pushing up, you do got this little situation here. See, it's no longer a market fade as well, because you've gotten a lot of candles here close. Come on, pump it up. Gotta pump it up. It looks like it has nice range on the 15 though, doesn't it? 50-minute resistance over here. Then some room to keep moving up. Like 100 pips, maybe 80 because of this wick. A little inverted there on the 5-minute. Little break and retest situation that just happened here. So break, retest, volume. You see, it's just lacking volume, eh? They're coming so close to these highs and then sort of like rejecting these highs by 39.54. Yeah, make sure everybody on Zoom, you're getting your Discord roles, because tomorrow we're gonna run this on Discord. We'll put, we'll put it inside here. A Shulk from SA notices this channel on YouTube. Welcome. Got Johnny in here, Kel Teddy, Owelukawa. Man, what a name. Owelukawa. Those kind of names always remind me of like a buddy of mine in high school who was called Wama Wambalamba. J Angel. We got a Alino Maddie. Nexi Plays. Demonic XCG92 is typing. Yeah, chat. Wait for Goldie. Goldie is a sleeping beast right now. It's just getting its stretches in here before it starts to move again. But for sure, there's about to be a breakout coming out from this region. You're about to see some volume come in. Once that volume comes in, it's going to give me a sense of direction again. You don't have to be the first person at the party, you know? Like, price will move and you'll still catch it. Don't worry. Are you in a trade? Nope. Greetings from Holland. Greetings, greetings. How much do you recommend to start with trading with your own capital? I think like 500 bucks is pretty good. Oh, look at this, starting to break here. Let's see if the volume comes in. Let's see what happens. I want to see a little bit more movement. Could the buyers be coming in? Could the bullish exuberance be coming back in now? Are we going to see buyers come in up until the New York session over there? Because we got some pretty nice room to move up if we do move up. It's a pretty nice break so far. It's behaving quite nice over there. I like that. It's not pulling up. You can always kind of tell in the first few seconds if it's going to be a good trade or a bad trade. Yeah, so right now it's pretty genuine push. That is very nice. Yeah, very nice. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. You can kind of tell. You can kind of always tell in the beginning whether it's going to be a pretty decent move or like a bad move. You know, if it breaks and it starts to come down immediately, oh, those are like... Those moves are not the type of moves that you want to see. But pretty solid candle closure there on the 1 minute though. Whatever happens from here, it pulls back down, you know, that's a little bit more okay, but this is good. The start off is really nice. Got the engines here started. Let's go.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
See what I mean? So getting a reaction off of that distribution area right now. Beautiful. See how much did it just peak there? About like 19, 20 pips. I still think this trade was a winning trade, man. I just put my stop loss a bit too up. Just too up. This is a pretty decent breakout. I don't think this is a shock in the water. This is just a management of stop loss, management of trade. Could have managed it better. Even a break even would have been better. See, I even lost like on overall, I lost 0.79%, but I'm still thinking, how could I have even made that lower? Even if it was 0.50, I'll still be thinking, how can I make that even lower? And that's when you truly start to refine your edge in the market. When you're always asking that question after a trade, how could you have managed that even better? You know, even if you did a pretty good job. And there we go. Beautiful distribution, eh? Holy. Man, Goldie, why not just give me something so straightforward like this? I think you just sold at the low, but you never know that was a low. Yes. Yeah, I think so. I think the only difference here was the pullback, right? We didn't have like any real good pullbacks to make that follow through be a little bit more something like this, you know, like a little pull up. Man, that's actually why I love the chat, you know. It's like, it's true, like whenever we take these trades, the chat also senses it. The chat also senses it. It can, I feel that the chat can sense if the move is like really a good move or it's not so much of a good move. It's a weird feeling, but that's why I mean, like, majority of people even here struggling, you're already profitable traders. It's just when you're trading on your own, that's when the issues come in. You know, that's when you start to break your rules. That's when, you know, all these other problems come in. Fear, greed, uncertainty. That's what happens when you're trading on your own. Well, when you're in like a community like this, I think you're gonna be performing really nice. So that's how you know, that's why you got the Discord here as well. So you can send in some chart work, you know, hold yourself a bit more accountable. It's really nice push. So we're starting to get a little bit more direction in here. Looks like we're coming in for that daily flip by 39.59. It's pumping again. Gotta pump it up. Jeez, what a freaking distribution. Because this is not the time you should be asking to, can I buy? You know, some people are going to say, can I buy here? This is not the time to be buying. It's distributing from this area. It's basically paying off. You know, they say no risk, no Rari. So it's paying off the people who took a risk over here. That's why you say risk is discretionary. Some people are going to find this, the same setup, risky, and some of the people, you know, they're going to say, oh, I think it's a pretty good idea. So risk is discretionary. But you see people who took a risk over here, they're going to get paid out. Risk is discretionary. You will die if you buy right now. Let's see what would have happened. Let's say we just take a buy here and just put our stop loss. Let's just put like 20 pips. But you know, it's always still a good idea. If the market is going up, just go up with the market. You know, just go up with the market. Because if you take like a sell, you're trying to outsmart this move, then you know, maybe sometimes it's not gonna be a good idea there. We'll remove this before someone takes a position. Let's see if it respects that low though. It's gotta respect like this, like candlestick lows over there. Where are we currently at? 5 minute. We got 5 minute resistance. Oh, we just got a new 15-minute candle. That's why creating a 15-minute low. And this 15-minute here just shot up in the last few minutes before it closed, like 80 pips. It's creating its bottom wick. Remember, it's gotta respect at least this low right here. You took a buy. Bump it up. Because if the market's picking a direction, it's gonna keep moving up, right? Because it hasn't given us much of anything of late. It kind of slowed down for a bit. Kind of went quiet for a little bit there. Now it's waking up again. So I told you it's like a sleeping beast over here. So now it's ready to go. It's ready to go. Would it be considered gambling if I try to go short now and outsmart the market? Yes. Daily flip will pump. Oh yeah, we also got daily flip over there. Missed a consolidation breakout. I was gaming, but got a small sell from the top. 20 bucks. What are you gaming? Oh. Still moving up here. Yeah, sub loss to break even. Sub loss to break even at that point. You don't want it to come back. Especially after pushing up so much like this. You just got the reflip back upwards. See, it's always a good idea. Just go with the market. Stop trying to outsmart the market. I know it feels good, like when you see something like this, maybe you feel like you're gonna catch the top, and then you just see something like this happens, and it just continues to go in that direction. That's why I mean, like for me, when I look at market, I remove everything. I strip away everything. All the strategies I strip away, and I try and look at the market movements for just the market moving. You know, because the moment you start putting like shades on the market, you start putting like shades on yourself in a sense where you're only thinking the market moves because of your strategy, correct? Like your strategy will help you catch the moves, of course. You know, like we're talking about these right here. But you also have at the same time to just understand the market just moves also on its own. It can move on its own accord too. Strategy will help you get in, give you better probabilities, help you manage your trades accordingly. But at the same time, just let the market move. Doom Spire. I haven't heard that game. Just let the market move. If you were to look for a sell re-entry, would you look for in the market right now? I would not be looking for a sell because it's moving up. But if I was looking for a sell, oh, we got Luke over here, silent sniper. If I was looking for a sell, I'll just look for the same thing that happened with the buys. Got a bit of it. Nice. Yeah, very nice. See this chart over here? So we'll load this up. Nice solid break. Stop below support. Yeah, I think well played. Because if price was to come back down here, then definitely that would be more choppiness. So basically you get stuck in more consolidation at that point. Got nice little SMA confluences in there too. Man, that's what I mean. Like, I wish this was... Basically, this is what I wanted for London session. You know that first accumulation we had for the London Open? This is what I wanted. But it went in the opposite direction and it kind of jumbled me up here today. Kind of jumbled me up. I really wanted this. B and M stock on sale. Almost 2.5% up today. Pretty happy. Got to 10K the account. Let's go, Ricardo. Yeah, I just wait. Now at least I'm getting a bit sense of direction here. We're just reflipping on the daily as well. We're at 0% right now. Hourly SMA. Yeah, I got hourly SMA. I'm basically waiting for that hourly to now close. That's at like 38 minutes. I think that would be the play. But this hourly might still have some juice in it though. Let's see. It's pushed up from here to here about 100 pips. See how the day has been of late. Like 124 pips over here. You got 166 pips over here. Hourly still got a bit of juice in it. You know, it has some range to keep moving up. It's definitely had one distribution though. You can see like if you're trying to catch an hourly candle, where's it come from? It's come from down over here. That's where the hourly came from. So we're just trying to catch an hourly candlestick. So this hourly already had one play in it to the upside. Didn't even create any sort of like bottom wicks or anything. It just shot up. Small bottom wick, but direction was obviously bullish. So it should have been triggering more buy orders than sell orders. What are your thoughts on SOT shortening of the thrust / Wyckoff? Not sure what that is. I caught this on my funded account and got whipped out of my personal account after entering a 39.47. Lesson 101 in trailing SL. Yeah, how'd you get whipped over here? Price just went straight up. If you were talking about this break. So definitely something you can learn there. Because even if you're just trailing the candlestick lows, maybe here, that's where you could have gotten taken out by 39.57. It's filling up the range on the 15. Remember we spoke about this little break and retest situation that was happening here. Break, retest. So there's quite a few confluence. We also got that 8 SMA. But more of like break and a retest. This level, re-break the highs, 15-minute clean range up towards 39.64. Also, you got the inverted head and shoulders on the 5-minute. Remember we spoke about that one quite early as well. Boom, boom, boom. Inverted to shoot up. Volume confirmation. So you see what happens when you stack those confluences, what kind of reactions you can expect as well. So like every trade is slightly different, right? You're going to have some trades like this where you're going to have more of these confluences line up like that. And then you're going to have other trades where you can still expect volume to come in, but it's at a different market environment. Like these are the all-time highs over here, right? So it doesn't have as much confluence, but it definitely has like some kind of like an explosive confluence. You know what I mean? It's not a combo. It's not a combo move, but it's like the move. You know, the special move that you're going to build up. It's not a combo move, but all-time highs plus reversal signal like this right over here. Man, that's an explosive reaction that you can expect. But something like this down over here, that's like a combo move. That's like a skill move. Stack up all of these confluences together to get this. It's a triple kill. Yeah, moving like this. I saw this, you know, when I came onto the charts. I came into the chart like literally right here. I came into the chart right here. I was like, damn, I already missed this move. I'm like, okay, I gotta wait. And I say, okay, we still got some range here. Still fill this range. So that was the idea for price to come down. So I already see like, I saw some people actually got this move here in the boot camp. See, perfect. Consolidation after closing above the high. Sell off right here. Kind of scared you out a little bit, but then, you know, continue going down. You had beautiful clean range as well on your trade. SMAs eventually crossed over, and then, you know, the rest is history. It was a really good move. So yeah, we're just gonna keep doing this. This is a whole way. This is the way I trade. You know, there's nothing special here. There's no like, I'm not gatekeeping or anything. And you know, at the end of the day, it's like either you have some skin in the game or you don't. You're either taking it seriously or you're just half-assing it. Hey, good morning, Joshua. Beautiful. Range has been filled. Daily is now up a little bit. I'm maybe overthinking. The reversal pattern is not concluded. It needs to pull back from 39.67. See, it's retesting these previous Asia and London Open traders over here. It's not going to leave them profit forever. They got the next stop loss is above this region right here too. So when candles start to close above here, we might see that continuation for the rest of the day to fill up this range. That's kind of what I'm anticipating for the rest of the day. In terms of general direction, something like this area here to get filled. We just filled up a small zone here on the 15-minute too. Why you are not traded? Because I'm in the gulag. I have to wait. I have to wait. I treat trading like a game. When I die, I get sent in the gulag and I gotta wait a couple hours. You know, until I can come back again. Because if I don't give myself these rules, who's gonna give me these rules? Are you gonna give me these rules? Are you gonna hold me accountable? Like, you gotta hold yourself accountable, you know? You can't overtrade. Because no one can stop me right now from even taking a 20% risk trade or a 10% risk trade or 5 more trades. No one can stop me but myself. So, you know, you gotta make yourself like some rules that you're gonna follow. Because if you don't have rules and you're waking up every day and you're just trading to trade, man, you know, you're gonna have really good days, but you're also gonna have really bad days. And I try and stay in the middle. You know, if I'm going to have a good day, I just want to have a good day. If I'm going to have a bad day, I want to have a risk managed bad day. And just keep it like a little consistent like this. But I don't want my emotions to fluctuate so much. Oh, why am I not trade GJ anymore? Yeah, GJ is kind of slow. It's not as interesting because, you know, like gold has been moving up, silver is moving up, platinum is doing well. You got a bunch of stuff over here which are moving in the market, but GJ is just not one of them. So it's like, you know, why trade GJ? But, you know, analysis over here played out though. So what we were looking at in the beginning of the stream was for GJ to fill this range. No, it's already filled the range. See, it's come up towards resistance over here. Nice little accumulation and then distributed to fill up the range. Small little break and retest as well there on GJ. So you see, still GJ is still working. Like, it's just moving slower. You know, like this whole range on GJ is only like 27 pips. Literally a 1 minute candle on gold is this whole range. That's on GJ right now. Yeah, we got gold pulling back up as well because it's finally at it filled this area here on the left hand side. So what you're seeing now is just profit taking from people who took entries over here. They're just securing some profits. That range has already been filled. Daily just reflip back down again. Maybe going back to retest entries and move up like always. Yeah, it could be. Is it not accumulation, then manipulation, and finally distribution? Ooh, you could send a chart. Send a chart here what you mean. Y'all don't like to send charts. They missed my buy limit by 10 pips then fly. That's the thing about gold. When gold moves, man, it just moves. So, you know, sometimes you're going to miss an entry. And that's because when gold moves, it moves. So it's quite common. Anybody who trades Goldspot knows this. But that's why we love gold. That's why people love gold. It's not like GJ. GJ, you're going to get your entry. You know, you're going to sit on your entry. You're going to sit on your entry for some time. You know, it's going to think what it's going to do. Then it's going to start slowly moving up like a little grandpa or something. So slow. But we still used to trade GJ. Like, you see, this year we started with trading GJ. You see? Well, oh, okay. Now I'm blocking the screen there. Yeah, you see, this year we started with just trading GJ. Like a lot of GJ. Look at the streak of GJ over here. It took like 7 trades, GJ trades. And it was performing quite nicely at the time, you see? There was a crazy win streak here. 9 trades back to back. And that was January. You know, also it's February we traded GJ. The whole of last year we traded GJ in 2024. See, I was mainly trading GJ and gold, GJ and gold, GJ and gold. See, GJ still performs quite nicely, but See another streak of GJ trades here. Like 7 GJ. I kind of miss GJ, to be honest. Like GJ was pretty nice. It's pretty good. I slowly started falling out of love with GJ. You can just see GJ trades gradually decrease. Then we took the last GJ trade in March 24th. Then, oh wait, no, actually that's not true. There's a few more there. This is April 17th. Isn't that April Fool's Day? We stopped trading GJ on April Fool's Day. Maybe I got April Fooled by GJ. No, okay, April Fool's is on the 1st of April. Alright, so I can be right back. Remember to drink more liquidity, chat. Oh, nice. All right, let's see if we can get gold to go back to the all-time highs. It's like a doji right now, but you can see that daily hasn't had much of a movement. We've just flirted with potential trending moves here and here, but so far the daily is still overall undecisive. So the higher time frame for the day is it's like 50-50. It's like 50-50 here. So we'd like to see at least a little bit more volume come out of this daily candlestick. Look at this, how small it is. It's much harder for a lot of people to get really good trades when the daily is also just like this. You know, because people trade quite differently. So if you're not looking for sells and then it's pulling back up, or looking for buys, it's like putting everything kind of here in the middle. Classic doji. Best scenario would be to wait for the new 4-hour to create lows and buy if setup presents. Yeah, we got about 19 minutes. Now look at the size of this liquidity grab. Next 4-hour looks like it's just going to open and skyrocket up bullish. And this one could also just flip. But we got 19 minutes, 30 seconds. But yeah, definitely looks like it's taking orders here to fly up soon. A massive wick. Got that nice little SMA as well. 8 SMA. Sheesh. Overall bullish. Gold is still overall bullish there on the 4-hour. Wait, it's like pulling up like this. Send the analysis on Discord. Wait, is it not AMD model here? Accumulation, manipulation. Wait, what is this? AMD. Is this supposed to be accumulation? This is manipulation. Got an order block here. All right, got a block of orders. Break of structure. I don't think that's manipulation. Why is this going to be manipulation here? Did it not distribute? This should be a D, isn't it? Got accumulated and then it distributed here. There was no manipulation. This was like a clean move. It literally just did what it's supposed to do. Accumulated orders and then it distributed it up. Build up the range up towards that resistance. There was also like a block of orders over there. Large fall is manipulation. Yeah, I think this is it, man. This is like the move over here. It was a pretty good move. It already paid this traders out. And now it's like setting up the next move. Right over here. It's going to set up the next move. Maybe then continue moving up or maybe continue to move down. But this is done. This move here is like, it's basically done, right? Buyer's break of structure and then moved up. Awesome. Bottom wick of the day is the day maybe is manipulation. Yeah, I don't like to kind of speculate what is a manipulation or what's not. For me, a manipulation would be if, let's say I was planning on taking a buy here, for example, right? And then price had done something like this and then came back down and then shot back above. Then I would look at that as a manipulation because it's within the area that I want to get involved in the market anyway. So I'm going to use that as a confluence. But I don't like to kind of like, you know, speculate on when that's going to come in on a larger scale like this. Nice chart, nice chart. Yesterday was a mess. I got entry bullish from bottom till top. Had posted on your Discord. Thanks for the guidance. Welcome Zero. Yeah, I'm gonna end off the stream over here, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. And yeah, let me send a message here to the Telegram. We're gonna like host the next meeting on the Discord channel and not Zoom. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Adios.